Hey everybody, it's Adam from Wargaming, and today we're going to show off some more resin bases from Alien Lab Creator. They sent us their Dune series of bases. Let's check it out. So the Dune series of bases is like desert, sandy ruins, like temple ruins kind of, with giant slate rocks and stuff. I got a whole bunch of sizes. I got 25 mil, 32 mil, 40 mil, 50 mil, some ovals as well, some rather large ovals. So really excited to break these open and show you guys. Now, Alien Lab Miniatures is doing way more than just bases these days, and their product line is just expanding day by day, week by week, and they are doing some really cool stuff. Very high quality. I've seen a lot of resin bases come through my commission painting studio, and guys, I have to say these are high quality, very creative, some of the best in the business. So let's point the camera down at the hobby desk and let me show you guys all the resin bases they have in the Dune series. So here's all the bases they sent me for the Dune series. We got 25 mils, 32 mils, 40 mils, 50 mils, 60 mils. We have a bunch of different ovals. I believe these are, what are these? 60 mil ovals, 75 mil ovals, 90 mil ovals, and then 120 mil oval bases as well. So let's take it one step at a time from smallest to biggest and go through this whole series of bases for you. Let's get up close and personal. So the Dune series is made unique by its sand formations, nice flowing sand, little dunes. We got the slate rock formations as well as skeletons and kind of like busted up runic temple structures. And so that's what makes this series unique. And I actually had a thought too, because of the kind of wavy nature of the sand, especially on the larger bases, of using these bases for my Idenith Deepkin army, which I think would be really fun, and kind of giving it a more of an underwater feel, considering all the sand and the skulls, and the slate rock could be great for just underwater rocks and stuff, and put a little bit of foliage on there, like aquarium plants, and be good to go. So yeah, it could be a fun little idea. So both desert and potentially underwater, depending on what you're going for. So take a look at the 25 mil bases. And now the challenge with 25 mil bases is, of course, that they're 25 millimeters, so they're very small. But Alien Lab Miniatures has done a great job getting a lot of detail on these, keeping them simple, but still striking. So here we go. Let's just do them one at a time. Get really zoomed in for you. So there you go. You can see the details are really sharp. The sand is really sharp. The details on the skull is really sharp. The slate rock, you still get some very nice texture for dry brushing. The rim is very clean. So there you go. So there's one of them. Let's go through each one. Sweet. There's where you see the little broken runic structures coming into play there. Fantastic. Some more of the runes right there. Different kind of skull, like a scar through his eye. Very neat. So this one's got like more of the, like a temple pillar sticking out of the ground a little bit. And the last one, there's more of a full skeleton. All three elements there, the skeleton, the rune pillar, and the slate rock there. So there you go. There's the 25 mils. Let's move on to the 32 mils. So here's some 32 mil bases, very similar in style, but this is where you see the wavy stand start to come into play, which is a really neat feature and is tough to recreate on your own models. And so here we go. You can see this ridge buildup of sand, which you could do on your own, but it'll take many layers of sand and working it up, and especially to get a nice smooth pattern there, it'll just be a little bit tough. So it's good to have the work done for you, especially in my line of work and what I'm doing. There's very little time, one, to paint my own personal miniatures, probably like most of you, right? Because I'm always working on painting somebody else's miniatures. But then also for commission work, if you want nice custom bases, you know, you got to pay a guy like me to do it, and so that takes time. Whereas this is an amazing solution to get some really, really great bases without having to pay for the extra time. So there you go. There you can really see that sand ridge there, which is, it's my favorite part of all these bases. So this one, so some nice skulls around a big piece of slate rock, beautiful. And then just another configuration with some runes, some slate, and some more skulls. Fantastic. Let's show you guys the 40 mils. So here's the 40 mil bases, and again, you can see the Dune pattern. Classic, bigger pieces of rock, now bigger pieces of the kind of the temple there as well, and nice sand ridges building up. Beautiful stuff. Now as they get bigger, they are going to get a little bit more intricate. So here we go. Here's runes on top of slate with a nice bone pile and skulls and stuff. The sand pile kind of leaning up more towards the outside edge, so keeping some nice variety throughout the bases. So there you go. All right, those are the two variations of the 40 mil. Let's move on to the 50 mil. And here's the 50 mil bases. I just threw the 25 mil back in for scale so that you could see kind of how big it is. So here it is. Let's take an up close look. Now, again, as they get bigger, there's more room to breathe, more room for sand buildup, more slate rock, and just more skull piles. So they just get more and more detailed. And this is where you really start to sell this kind of sand dune look on these bigger bases, because there's just more area to work with. So let's move that little guy out of the way and bring this guy up close for you to look at. So here's what I mean when I say it really sells it. So now you're starting to get multiple sand ridges. You get 1, 2, 3 sand ridges building up on here. This is where you really sell that sand dune look. Nice temple piece and a big slate rock there. And the other variation, this actually is a massive sand pile up right here. Some slate rock, sand on top, and skulls and skeletons strewn throughout. Great job. I'm super stoked to put some water effects on top of all this and really have this look like it's underwater, or at least on shallow shores. So there you go. So there's the two patterns for the 50 mil. Let's look at the 60 millimeter base. And here you have the 60 millimeter. This piece is super cool. So you get this big circular runic floor pattern here, and then some fallen temple pieces, as well as one massive slate rock and a skull on there. I have the 25 mil here for comparison, and this is really starting to look like kind of like a battle scene. Like it would really make a piece come to life. And so you could put like a character on there, and they really look like they're the centerpiece for the army, or some kind of larger monster, something like that. And it just really sets the scene. The sand buildup on this one is very high, as you can see, and really helps create some nice character in and amongst this ruined temple in the desert. All right, cool. So there's the 60 millimeter one. Let's go even bigger and start looking at some oval bases. And here we have 60 millimeter oval bases. These are really cool. So I hope these are the same size as the Ideneth Deepkin eels. What are they called? Something or other bodyguard, because I'd love to put my eels on these oval bases here. So here we go. Let's take some close-ups again. So you see the theme staying true on these oval bases, but because they're longer and thinner, you get some nice ways to develop the theme on these. And so now you start getting 2 pieces of slate rock, skulls, and some runes. Awesome. I don't even know what that thing is. Is that like a skeleton of a creature? Like a spinal spine and rib cage? So cool. All right, again, 2 pieces of slate rock, some nice sand buildup, skulls, and some more rune pieces. Fabulous. This has got a nice big sand dune on one side, as well as temple bits, slate, and skulls to boot. Fabulous. And similar, but definitely different. Nice big sand buildup, a bigger piece of temple flooring, skulls and whatnot. So there you go. There is the 60 millimeter ovals. Let's take a look at the next size up, which I believe is 75 millimeter ovals. Here we go, the 75 millimeter ovals, sticking true to the theme, looking very Dune-esque, and I'm actually hoping that these will fit on my Alopex riders for my Out-of-Knit Deepkin. Got a nice pile of skeleton heads and rib cages and a massive piece of slate rock. Really cool, really striking. That's going to stand out for sure. And here's another of the 2 slate rock pieces with a nice kind of runic circle in the middle. So great little centerpiece for that base. There we go. There is the 75 mil bases. Hoping those fit for Alopex and possibly Space Marine bikes. I'm not really sure what bases those go on. I think these are Space Marine bikes now. So there you go. Next size up is 120 mil oval. No, 90 mil ovals. Here we have the 90 mil ovals. Huge pieces of rock on these. A whole skeleton on this one. And just very, very cool. Let's get up close and personal on these 90 mil ovals. Now, if my Alopex don't fit on the last size, hopefully they fit on this size here, because that would just be sweet. So there you go. Beautiful. Fitting right into that Dune theme there. This one, this piece of rock is very unique. I like this, the way it's kind of carved out here. Very neat. Nice piece of rune kind of underneath. And this one's got a full skeleton in there. Awesome. Love it. Sorry, dude. You dead, son. Alright, there we go. There's the 90 mil bases. Let's go to the biggest ones of the whole series, the 120 mil ovals. Here they are. I had to zoom the camera way out for these. These are just massive. Some great curves with this big sand buildup. We got rib cages and spinal cords, bigger pieces of column and bigger pieces of slate. These are really going to be on your centerpiece models, and they're just fabulous. They're exactly what you want for some of your big baddies. So there we go. Great. You feel like you're in the desert. You feel like you're watching Aladdin and you're stranded in the desert. And Jafar is like disguised as the old man, and he just yells out, "Bring me the lamp!" Like, it sets quite a scene. These are fabulous. These guys are doing such a great job. Look at this, like, waves of sand dune. Like, the wind has just been blowing and the sand is just building up. Very, very cool. Love these sand bases. These are some of the best desert sand bases that I have seen out there as of yet. So great job to Alien Lab Miniatures. Thank you so much for sending those along. Alright everybody, so that's the end. I hope you enjoyed checking out those bases from Alien Lab Miniatures. That was their Dune series. Make sure to check out their website, which will be, the link will be in the video description below. And so guys, that's it for today. If you liked that video, love if you hit subscribe right there and the little bell so you get notifications when future videos come out. And folks, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, we would love if you support us. Jump down to the link to support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a video. You can support everything we do here on the channel, like our campaigns, our tutorials, our battle reports, all that. So if you want more great stuff and you want more awesome partners to come on board to give you guys discounts on their stores, then we would love if you jumped on board and became a patron today. So there you go, folks. That's it for today. We'll see you at the next encounter.
Like a monkey in a rocket on its way back home. Okay.